on-stage reflections of South Africa. He portrays a lot of us, no matter what the background, with the greatest of ease. His name is Pieter-Dirk Eish, and he joins me in studio following his performance at MonteCasino on Wednesday of his much-loved production titled An Audience with Pieter-Dirk Eish. Pieter-Dirk, good morning. Thank you very much for joining me. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine.
What is it about so many years later and the science of being a thespian, an actor, a comedian, being a creative, that you've perfected now? Is it a science now?
It's survival. That's a science. It's also experience. It's also knowing that your instinct is one of the most important leaders in your mind. You don't always understand it, but don't ignore it. And it's also that wonderful sense of the audition is over. You know, I'm 70 years old this year. And
wow, you look great.
Well, I feel great, and inside I'm 12 and a half, you know. But I'm 12 and a half with the self-confidence to stand up and say, this is what I have in my mind. And then again, lots of people have advice, you know. People say, you better not do that, you shouldn't do that. And advice is not always a good thing. You must think very carefully about what you want to do. And I'm very happy to be doing this show, which is, you were saying the word live.
Yeah.
Live meaning it's the audience actually chooses the structure of the show, because there are numbered boxes. And so every night is a different experience, and the audience are part of it. So it's a great tribute to them.
What is it about the productions, and we were talking off air, that you actually created this 2 years ago, and it only starting to gel now?
Yeah.
So my question to you is, are you creating artwork that's ahead of the curve? Are you creating pieces that you, I mean, there's obviously a different creative process now.
Yeah.
20 years ago it was different, now you're a lot more confident. What is that science?
Well, National Arts Festival, always very important in Grahamstown. And Ismail Mohammed said to me, do something crazy, do something you'd never actually do. And I said, what do you mean, have a baby? Try that. And then I thought, let me try this. You know, there's reality television, there are all these competitions, people are used to idols, it's all this involvement with the public and with the audience. And I tried it out, one performance, and it was an amazing success. It was really, truly extraordinary. And so I started developing it through the years, but now 2 years later, I think the public have understood the format. People kept on saying, what do you mean there are boxes? And I don't understand it. Now they understand it because people have seen it and talk about it. And they come back. They come on a Tuesday night, they come back on a Friday night, because there are different boxes chosen in a different show.
Where do you get the energy? In December, you've got 23 shows. Every week in Darling, there's a performance, 100 people or so sitting down watching. What is creatively happening to Pieter-Dirk Eish? Are you heading for a meltdown?
Listen, I've been unemployed since 1975. Since the apartheid government said, "Jy mag dit nie sê nie," and nobody must say that to me. So I've become my job, and I'm responsible for what I do. So if I do nothing, nothing happens. If I do something, everything happens. And so I plan things, I structure things, I listen carefully to the mood of the people. Today, people are depressed, people are frightened. Electricity is like, and there's no joke there. And then I start the show by saying, a faceless man came out of the darkness and gave us light. Nelson Mandela gave us light, and Eskom gave up. Too much competition. And the moment you start with a smile, you can actually go into serious things as well.
Does comedy or timing, whatever it is that you do, that you've perfected, that Eish has gotten right, does that get easier with time?
You know, easy is a bad word for me. If you say to me, it must be easy, I don't want to do easy. Easy's been done.
Okay.
You know, like when people say, gosh, you're mad to do this. Mad is good because nobody's thought of it. The moment somebody says, gosh, what a good idea, then their fingerprints are on the idea. So I think the most important thing for me to be is very topical. The news, your news on television at 4 o'clock must be reflected in my show at 8 o'clock. In fact, the news at 8 o'clock must be reflected at my show, so that the audience know that this is at this moment in time. And that's a challenge, because people are forced to create their own opinions and decide, are they going to laugh or not?
Okay, so the show, is that MonteCasino?
MonteCasino Pieter Triens Theatre. It's on till the 12th of April, Tuesday to Saturday. Okay. And then on Sunday, there's a 3 o'clock show. Bring the kids. Then they can ask questions.
So that's 3 o'clock today?
3 o'clock today.
And then where does it go next? For people that they're waiting for it, they need to see it?
Then Grahamstown, again, the National Arts Festival. I have a new play there. I have 3 one-man shows there. And then the rest of the year, I've got a musical coming up in December. Die Van Aardes van Grootoor is a musical.
Okay.
And so this is a year, 70 is a good hook to hang product on. So I want to just show people that there's still a lot of energy.
It's a good hook to hang product on. I love that. Okay, Pieter-Dirk Eish, thank you very much for joining me. That's the man behind, among others, the also much loved and still relevant production titled An Audience with Pieter-Dirk Eish. Now, if you've got a problem with working, he works. He's one of the leading performers here at home. A writer, so much more. Tell us what you think. If you've seen the production, let us know. Morning Live at SABC.co.za. We take a